Hello, and thank you for joining us in our podcast called The Growth Journey. This is the place where you will start your personal growth and development. I'm glad you're here. I'm your host, Cheryl Hart. We have a great topic today, and I hope you're ready. And I know you are because you are born ready, right? Our topic today is about purpose, and we're gonna take a look and see if you are driven by purpose. So, firstly, let's define what purpose means. I almost say purple, but no, it's purpose. So, purpose, by definition, is can guide life decisions, influence behavior, or shape goals, offer a sense of direction, and create meaning. And for some people, purpose is connected to vocation, meaning satisfying work. For others, their purpose lies in their responsibilities to their family or friends. Let's say some folks out there that I know of that they sacrifice, they made a trade-off to not pursuing a career or not pursuing their education, to taking care of their mom, their dad, their parents, their uncles or brothers or sisters or the husbands, right? So that's pretty novel decisions to make, and I know there are a lot of people out there that they do that, and I can relate to that, to those of you who have made sacrifices to stay home or to taking care of someone, even if you're staying home mom or dad, I can relate for that. And a lot of families that do it by for various reasons why they do that. So for them, those are their purpose in life, to help out the family or friends or whoever close to them, provide those care that they need. So hats off to you if you are doing it right now. And, you should be proud of yourself as well. And I know your family are proud of you for doing that. So now, why do you think living with purpose is important? So let me pull Mark Twain. So Mark Twain, and also an author, and notable quotes that he says that I think will be appropriate to this discussion that we have is, Mark Twain have said that the two most important days in your life are the day you were born and the day you find out why. I didn't know about you, but every time I hear or read about this quote, it gives me chills. It's kind of goosebumps in your arms, because I believe this is to be true. That each one of us has a purpose in this world, and we have our own unique fingerprint. So think about it. So no one has the same fingerprint as you and I. I've never known a person who has a similar fingerprint as I am. And if there is, well, I guess it's time to meet this person, right? But, everybody has their own fingerprint. And that says a lot, because that says to me, each one of us are unique, because no one has the same fingerprint as you are. So the truth is, our fingerprints are unique, that it seems it was created just for us, just for you, and no one else. So always remind yourself that you are unique and you have a purpose, and there is a reasons why you were born. And as Mark Twain have said, the two most important days in your life are the day you were born and the day you find out why. So the why is what you need to find out, and you had to spend your energy and time to find out your why and your purpose, in which we will discuss in great details in this episode. Okay? It's also said that people who know their purpose in life know who they are, what they are, and why they are. And when you know yourself, it becomes easier to live a life that's true to your core values, right? So you're probably asking, how do you find your own purpose? So finding your purpose should not be that hard. In fact, you probably already have this within you. You have probably this within you, you just didn't know it. You are just not aware of it. So self-awareness come into play in this case. And it truly comes down to yourself and what your strengths are, and gifts and talents, and unique gifts and talents that no one else has. So self-awareness will play a vital role for you in order to find out your purpose. Okay, so you probably have heard the name of Simon. Couldn't pronounce his last name. I'm pretty bad about pronouncing last name, but Simon Sinek, I think that's how I pronounce that. He's a British American author, motivational speaker, and organizational consultant. And you probably see him on YouTube video, in interviews on the internet, social media, what have you. His name is Simon Sinek, and it's really good, indications what he said about. So he's the author of 5 books, including a title called "Start with Why." So he's very popular with that. So if you want to take a look, what start with your why, and I'll propose you to look him up in Google them and or in YouTube videos about starting with why. So Simon have shared so many great nuggets about how to find your purpose. So I only pick a little bit of this. So again, go ahead and Google search his name, and you can find more about how you find your why. So Simon had said, finding your purpose is knowing your destination in mind. If do the work that you don't believe in, so if you do the work that you don't believe in, it's called stress. Okay? But if you do the work that you do believe in, it's called passion. It's finding the what you believe in, it's finding the cause, your why, that's the cause, and it's finding your passion. All right. So if you look at it, if you can think about it right now, where you at, if you are working in a job is very stressful for you, maybe start taking a look. Maybe this is not for me. Maybe I should start looking of something that I'm really passionate about. Okay, so it's all everything apply in our real life today, what we're going through, especially when we're working in a job that we don't like. We complain about it every day, and this really give us heartache, stress, and a lot of, when you are stressed, you have, it's not just stress, it affects everything in you, even your organ system. Okay, I'm not a doctor, but it truly does, if you're stressful. So you might want to take a look and see if your job is giving you that, or what you're doing daily is giving you that, and start switching things around and see what you believe in, that you like to work with, and that you have passion with it. Okay, so starting with a cause, your why, that you believe in and passionate about, and that's your purpose, which is your destination. Okay, so it is very unfortunate that you see so many people are not living their life with purpose. You will see them every day, right? Most of them have a stressful life, or their work life. They're not happy, they are not fulfilled. you know Maybe this is you, maybe this is your partner, your husband, or your family members, whoever. They are always complaining about their job. They are complaining themselves to others. They are jealous sometimes of the successes of their peers, friends, and family. They make comparing their life to others. And all this will cause them stress. So no wonder they are very stressful, because they focus so much more on the things that will bring them stress. Okay? So take a look at that and see if this is you. If not, or someone maybe it's time for you now to take a look more and go deep on this one. So let's imagine how our world would look like if everyone is living a life with passion and purpose. Imagine how people go to work each day, every day, because they want to go to work, and they are passionate about for what they do, and they cannot wait each morning to get up, to go to work, and to do the work, even if working remotely. Imagine what our world will look like. Imagine that people won't hate coming to work on Mondays. If this is the case, guess what? Then there's gonna be a dream come true for some of us. Why? Because I won't see any more funny menace. Like those actions and stuff that we post in social media, the funny quotes about posting, dragging their feet out, going to work on Mondays, and that they wish it is Friday, right? So early morning, even Sundays too. That's funny because a lot of people, oh my God, I'm dragging and dreading to go to work tomorrow. And let's say Sunday today, and then tomorrow is Monday. Oh, everybody don't like Mondays. So that's how it is, because they don't like what they do. That's really trigger to you that they don't like what they do. Although sometimes, it's not always glorious, to, you're not always happy about it. But if it's every day you're doing like that, oh, maybe I want to take a look and see. You might want to switch around, switch career or your purpose, right? But what if there is no Mondays and Fridays? To those who are living their purpose, there is no such things Monday to Fridays. In fact, you will spend more time doing the things that you are passionate about doing, and you never count what day it was or what time it is. You just keep working. Even if you are working more, your life is much happier because it is your creativity and passion who drives it and with purpose. Okay? So, to those of you are you find your purpose, you like what you do, you love what you do. There's no such thing as Mondays to Fridays. Every day is lovely. It's always working on your goals, being productive. Hats off to you. And to those of you who are not there yet, maybe this is the time to take a look and see if something that you want to switch or change things around to find those purpose and passion. Okay, so in connection on how do you find your purpose is by knowing what are you passionate about. That's the first. In our episode called How to Discover Your Passion, in it we discuss in great details to help you discover your passion. So the three main questions you have to ask yourself is this: to find your passion is, what do you sing about? What do you sing about? What do you cry about? And what do you dream about? So passion will give you fuel and energy, and passion is what driven you to do the things that you really wanted to do. You can then fulfill your purpose. If you are driven or passionate about your purpose, you will become unstoppable. All right? It is funny because there are times when you speak or talk about what you are passionate about and what drives you to fulfill your purpose to someone or to some people. Sometimes they don't get it. Half of the time they don't get it. They don't even know what you are talking about sometimes. They may even think that you are crazy. Why? Because majority of people are living the life just to exist, and they go through the life every day, the same thing every day. It's like you are in a manufacturing assembly line where you just go with it. You don't think, how it is when you are in the assembly line. Sometimes you don't think, the machine just brings you the packages, and now robots are doing that for you. If you see in Amazon how they pack it up and ship it out to your home, the one day shipping, you know robots are doing that now. But in manufacturing assembly line, think about it. You don't think, you don't create, you don't improve, but then when life happens, you don't know what to do with it and how to deal with it. They don't invest in their own personal growth. So those are the people who are staying where they at. They don't even have a growth plan to know as to where they are today and where they are going or wanting to go in the next few years, or next 3 months or 6 months or next year, even 5 years. If you don't want to be part of non-driven purpose folks around you, if you want to change your environment and you don't want to be part of it, I would suggest to find a network to those who are doing something and people who are making a positive change into their lives. Even a little change, it doesn't have to be big change, at least a positive change, even small. Okay, so let's talk about why your why is important. It's funny how it rhymes, right? Why your why is important. So my mentor John Maxwell have written a book called Intentional Living, Choose the Life That Matters. This is the book that I studied for months and decided, and I dedicated that for a few months to study the book itself, and had influenced me in many ways this year. This year, I choose the word intentional from intentional living, which means that for me, I would try to do my very best to be intentional for what I do. This is also where the birth of our podcast right now, what that you're listening to, this is the birth of it, what came about, because I wanted to be intentional to share my experiences and the lessons I've learned from those experiences. It will also give me the opportunity to be intentional to reach more people. It has been my guide throughout our podcast up to this state, up to this point, and many more to come. So, to become intentional for what I do. In fact, I'm really proud that you guys are tuning in, and a lot of you from other countries as well. You are tuning in. I'm really glad that you are here, and that means slowly, it's a slow growth of my podcast right now, but slowly and getting attentions now, and you are tuning in, you're referring this to other people, and you are sticking around, and you wanted to grow. So I thank you for that. So John have shared in his book called Intentional Living, he said, once you find your why, you will be able to find your way. How is this possible? Probably you asking. Because why is your purpose and way is your path. When you find your why, your path automatically has purpose. But what happens when let's say if the why comes before the way? If this happens, your ability to make a difference will come more quickly and immediately be more effective. Okay? So, for example, you are going on holiday or vacation somewhere in the tropical beach, in a beach area, or in a cruise. If you people like cruises like myself, anywhere, or skiing, or doing going to the mountain, climbing a mountain. It's true that you enjoy more packing, right? Is that what you enjoy about your packing for your vacation or holiday rather than unpacking them? Why? Because you get ready. You're pretty excited to get ready for the trip. Almost all of your efforts is focused on the purpose of the trip. These concepts apply more broadly in our lives. And whatever path you and I travel to, you're going to be able to do things more significantly because you understand your purpose for being there. In this case, your destination is vacation or holiday. This is a really great quote from Rick Warren. Wrote a book called The Purpose-Driven Life. I just bought this I think a week ago, so I just started reading them. It was really great book. I just I have not finished it yet, but this is what struck me the most. What Rick Warren said, the author of The Purpose-Driven Life. He says humans were made to have meaning. Without purpose, life is meaningless. A meaningless life is a life without hope or significance. Isn't it great? It really says a lot about living with meaning and with purpose. So purpose gives meaning. Meaning gives hope and significance. So how your why helps you find your way? So my mentor John Maxwell have said significance is usually not a result of anything spectacular. It's based on small steps in line with purpose. Knowing your why helps you to know what to do and to follow through. And also he shared the five that John teaches us to help us find our why. So make a note of this. If you're driving or if you are somewhere place, you can make a mental note of this. But yeah, so here are the 5 things that to help us to find our why. So number 1 is knowing your why allows you to focus more on others and less on yourself. Knowing your why allows you to focus more on others and less on yourself. So purpose comes from within. It comes from inside out. What happens when you don't know your why? You will spend a lot of time looking within yourself to find it and trying new things to see what fits you and what doesn't. So the sooner you know your why, the sooner you can shift your focus from yourself to others. And the sooner you can just get on with it, you can lose yourself in others. And when you do that, you start living with significance and thrives, and that where your purpose is. Okay? So number 2, living out your why gives you a confidence that is attractive to others. So John have shared that knowing my why gives me great security and comfort in everything I attempted to do. That confidence and self-assuranceness is usually appealing and reassuring to others because most people long for it. Here's an example. Have you ever noticed people who walk into a room and you could feel their presence? Have you had that before? When someone just walks in a room and you just can feel their presence, they seem to know what they were doing and where they were going. It's like the self-confidence that we just talked about in a previous episode, how to build your self-confidence. They brought energy into the room. It's almost like their presence entered the room before they did. It is not ego or arrogance. It could be either self-confidence too, because people who have self-confidence are people with purpose, walk with an air of distinction, as if they have a why in every steps. Wouldn't you like to be or to have that same sense of purpose and self-confidence? So that begins to find and apply your purpose. So number 3, the more you live your why, the more you layer it. So people's strength and their individual purposes are always connected. So every time you use your strengths to live out your why, you build on your strength and increase your why. So living this way adds layers of ability and purpose and credibility and significance to your life. So the more you do, the more you learn, because you are layering each experience into your life. It's good to have that, layering it out step by step, going up. So think about it this way. When you start something you are not very good at the beginning, right? Everybody starts not so well, everything, at the first time, especially when doing it for the first time, you make so many mistakes, failures, and sometimes you think you're crazy for doing it. Why you even trying it, right? However, with time and practice and experience and correcting those mistakes, you get better over time. You get better. After a while, you create layers of success that you can build on, and you also build up tremendous confidence as a result. So that's what great athletes do. They didn't start playing football as a great players already, or all-star, right? Or baseball or basketball. They don't start off with very professional. They start at the beginning. They make mistakes. So think about it. They start playing sports and they don't start playing sports in a professional level. They start on a very basic baby step level. And it takes years and years of practice to get to the highest level. So how do they do it? They layer wins, they layer losses, they layer pain and gain, all of it. So that's what layering come about. Number 4, the more you layer your why, the more impact it has on others. So purpose is like a snowballing downhill. It builds over time. So doing the right thing for the right reason with the right people over time gives you a huge significance return, and ultimately a giant significance return, and ultimately a giant significance of reputation. So you have a significant return, significant reputation, and your credibility too. So John Maxwell explained it best. Most people want to see a high return on their efforts right away. They want to get it instant, like that, but you can't. They want to be given reputation and credit in advance. That's not how life works. You have to earn it. You have to earn the credibility. Keep acting according to your purpose and doing significant acts day by day, and year by year, decade after decade, and your impact will keep increasing. For example, Our podcast right now is a small growth, I don't see it right away. I won't see this as a booming or a lot more listeners. No, it just takes time, over time. So I'm patient. I'm waiting. I'm just waiting it, layering it, and I'll get better too. And for me too, I'm layering my experience here, and I will layer my wins, losses, and pain and gain. And eventually it will it will affect more people, or it will impact more people, I should say. So it takes years and years to increase that impact. Also remember about significance. A day of significant living may be delightful, but a lifetime of significant living can be magnificent. So now we are down to number five, which is the last one. So number five is knowing your why keeps you in the game longer. Have you ever known someone who died soon after retiring? No, seriously. If you have someone in your workplace or in your job who retired, who've been in a company for a long time, say 30 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, some of them, unfortunately, they're died. Not, you know, there are two kinds. I mean, there are two kinds of, I can see it, dead people. Okay. I don't know what words I should bring it up, but one is actually there, you found them in cemetery, they died, or they are, I'm trying to find the right word for that. They just stayed home and just living it, they're not really fulfilled or what they do, or there's probably someone here that they're not so energetic or something like that. I have to come back with it and find a good word for it. But anyway, so there are some retiree that actually died. Probably you know anyone. Hopefully that's not you. And why is it? Some people do, but why is it? Because people have a harder time living without a why to live for. When you are married to your work for 30 years, 40 years, this is what you know. And suddenly, your life changed when you retire, especially if you didn't plan for it. I know some people have planned for it. They actually prepare for it, 5 years or 10 years even. They have a growth plan. They have a plan what they're going to do when they retire. Those are a pretty smart move. They plan it, what they're going to do, so they keep themselves active. There are some people who are out there. They decided to work part-time, and they still want to be active, stimulate their mind, their thinking, their physical body, their mental health, physical health, and they want to have that, because when they used to work, they have those interactions with other people. They're learning so much. Now when they retire and stay home, it's nothing. That's what it means. That there you go. That's what I'm trying to convey the message earlier. So now I know it's coming back to me, but that's how I trying to explain to you that there are some people, decided to retire, and then they suddenly wanted to go back to work and do part-time jobs, and there's nothing wrong with that. But if you do have the purpose already written down that you really wanted to do, you're gonna keep doing that no matter what, even though you are working as a full-time job or you have a business, and you're still living out the purpose, and those doesn't die. When you live in purpose and takes action with it, you're gonna doing it until the end. So pay attention, because this is important, okay? To those of us who have jobs right now and have a successful career or position, a profession today in a corporate world, or even if you have a business that you run, retirement should not be your end goal. That should not be your purpose, retirement, okay? Since we are talking about retirement, let me take a pause for a minute and let's clearly define what retirement means, so I could convey this message to you why what I said earlier about retirement should not be your end goal. Okay, so to some who do not know, like myself, what it means, so I put it up some definition here, and this is what come out. Okay, so number one, retirement is the withdrawal from one's positions or occupation or from one's active working life. So clearly, it's retiring from your job and not retiring from you purpose and passion. And then there's another one, is this really funny, and just for the fun of it, I also searched in a Urban Dictionary the word retirement, and this is what it says. So number one is retirement is throwing away a machine or human after it is decided that they are so worn out or used up that there's no value left. The human gets a small pension that is not enough to live on, and the machine is junked. Another one is retirement is a myth. Something hard working people look forward to all their working lives, only to be disappointed by the fact that they can't afford to live off their substantially small pensions for the rest of their lives. So that's what it means. So most retired people, where they just stay home and watch TV all day and night. Some people help babysit their grandchildren, which is good. Some people do travel across the region. There's nothing wrong with this. In fact, I knew a lot of people are like this. Some are enjoying their life right now and doing it for nothing, you know? So for you, make that as a goal. But if you have a passion, you are working in your purpose, you never retire. I don't know about you, but even though I'm still young right now, I don't want to retire. This is it. I'll keep working until I am not breathing. That's my retirement. If I'm dead, I retired. I expired in this world. That's retirement, right? You see me in a cemetery. Rest in peace. So I can travel the world today, and I do not need to wait until retirement, right? Not because I have a lot of money, but because I create or look for opportunity that I am able to do it. And the work that I love doing, that serves me purpose, and there's no end game. And to those who are much younger, my advice is don't wait until you are retired to start doing what you wanted to do. You start now, today, even if it is just an hour a day spend an hour a day spent to do the things that you really wanted to do and that you are passionate about. Do it right now. Why wait till retirement to do it? To me, that's a waste of time. Our time here on earth is very limited, very limited. The next thing you know, you are 30s, then the next day you are, it seems like, 40s or 50s or 60s or whatnot. And trust me, it's just hard to catch up with all those years. So for those whole years that gone, you don't want to be the person that turning back and regret everything that you wish that you could have started earlier or years ago. In fact, I feel that this is where I am supposed to be right now. I am in the right place and in the right time to get it started. So I hope you too, the same way. All right. So if you recall our episode number 8 it's called Prioritize Your Life, Not Just Your Time. So feel free to go back and re-listen to it again. In it, we discussed that time is the most precious commodity on earth. You cannot buy more time. You cannot borrow time. You cannot bring back time. So today is what you got, and how you will use this time is up to us. So no matter how young or how old or experienced you are, start today, because today matters. Your future is based on what you are doing today. Your future self will thank you for it. Yesterday ended last night. Today is your present. Tomorrow is not here yet. So you're preparing it for tomorrow. All right? So don't wait to do something that you can do today. When you start today, you will learn and progressing so much, and that you will be much happier because you are doing the things that you are meant to do and not waiting until you retire to do it. If you wait that time, and it's probably too late. It's probably too late if you wait that long. So do the things that you wanted to do right now, at least 30 minutes or an hour a day, each day. That's all the time you need to spend, and you will expand from there. So here are the quotes, or a few quotes about purpose that I thought will be a good topic, or a good add-in to our topic for today. So here's a quote from Oprah Winfrey. There's no greater gift you can give or receive than to honor your calling. It's why you were born and how you become most truly alive. And this one is really good by Bob Goff. He said, we won't be distracted by comparison if we are captured with purpose. And it's so true too. Stephen Hawking had said, work gives you meaning and purpose, and life is empty without it. And lastly, without purpose that is bigger than yourself, you are more likely to serve only yourself. All right. So I hope this episode added value to you, and give you that little push about finding your purpose, or if you are driven by purpose today. If not, then this is what a good topic to that you can think about later on once we're done. Okay. So in closing, this is just if you're a first timer, if it's the first time you listen to our podcast, and I thank you and welcome you to our growth journey. You're tuning in, and because perhaps someone referred you to our podcast, or you have found us in a website, or whatever the reason might be, you are tuning in because you knew that you can be more and you have potential to grow more, but you just don't know where to begin or where to start. So and also it can help you with that as well. So I'm glad that you are here and made that decision. Feel free to subscribe so you will get notification and keep you up to date for the new episodes that we release every Sundays. And you can listen to it anytime you want. That's the beauty of podcasts. You can, listen anytime you want, whatever you are. Even you're driving, taking transportation, you're jogging, or whatever it might be, this is for you. Okay? Also, if you think this podcast had helped you in some ways, had inspired you and given you courage, please share this podcast to anyone you know, either your friends, family, colleagues, or your neighbor, people you just met somewhere or somewhere. Feel free to share this podcast as well, so they too can learn for all the lessons that we are learning today. No matter how old, or experienced, or young they are, everyone needs to grow, and there are plenty of room for us to grow, right, and improve. So practice on having abundance mindset and beginner's mindset. There's so much to learn and experience in our life and in our world. When you do share our podcast to someone, you too are making a difference to their lives. Our goal of this podcast is to make an impact and make a difference to the lives of others, in one person at a time, one community at a time, and one nation at a time. And the last piece that I would like to mention is that if you would like to start investing in your own personal growth and take this complimentary podcast episode to the next level and help you to become more and to be more, take that next step forward and join my membership program. As a trainer, coach, and mentor, I am now opening up the opportunity for you all to join my membership club. All our deeper dive teaching on the 15 valuable laws of growth today matters. Deeper dive on connecting to help you to become a better connector, leadership to become a better leader for your team, to become a better salesperson so you can sell anything, everything, and more importantly, to expand your personal growth and development. This is for you. In our premium membership subscription, we will provide many tools and resources available to you to equip you and to help you to reach your full potential. I will share many resources and tools, and is only available to our premium membership, and many bonuses offerings to come. So to learn more, you can visit our podcast website at www.cherylhart.padbean.com to sign up. You have to be on that website. Our premium membership are not available in iTunes or Google Play, so you have to go to www.cheryl.padbean.com to sign up and to get more details. You can select bi-weekly, monthly, or yearly premium subscription. This information are also listed via text box for your reference. So if you want to scroll down to this episode, there's a lot of text in there. You can find those links as well. If you are truly want to invest in your own personal growth and would like to improve as to where you are today and where you want it to be, join us. And I look forward to see you there. You can also reach me via email at cheryl@cheryliheart.com. So with that, always remember, if you don't invest in your own personal growth, no one will. Take care and be well.